that suffering is a choice. Resistance is a choice. Yes, we can blame the world around us. We can look outside of us and try to control it to create the peace, but really it's an inner game. And it's a game of awareness, and it's a game of undoing all of the resistance that we've created, knowingly or unknowingly, most of the time unknowingly, and in order to then see it from a new perspective, to have a willingness and a courage to see it from a new vantage point, to bring more awareness, more consciousness to it, will change your paradigm. It will change the way your whole body is operating, the way your mind is operating, and it will bring you into more of a coherence. Hey there and welcome. Alix here. I want to talk a little bit today about how we can tell when we are in alignment and when we're not in alignment, and what the heck to do about that. What does that even mean? Basically, are you suffering or are you not suffering? And this can show up in every area of the life of your life, right? The body, in your mind, and certainly in any feelings of connection or disconnection to your soul or to spirit, if you will. And so it's because sometimes we just feel numb and disconnected. And so there's many things, of course, that I talk about with this, but what I want you to just really get today is that all suffering is resistance. It's resistance to what is. Now, how could you say if you have back pain that you've got resistance to what is? Well, it's usually a bunch of trapped emotions and different distortions that happen from being in resistance to what is, that then can create and move into matter, into the body. What we make matter literally becomes matter. Trapped emotions are about the size of your fist, and they might begin in the energetic field, but they literally have a spin to them, a torsion, a movement to them, and they lodge and they stick all around the body, and they create a resistance. And so when things like it, anything in the similar vibration or same vibration as whatever that trapped emotion is, when it hits you, it actually just deflects off of you. You feel more suffering. Now it's coming to you to be released, right? There's an opportunity in that, which we'll get to, but in general, it will hit that thing. We will get triggered, or it'll just hit it and the pain's there, or it just continues to grow as a distortion in the body. And along with other imbalances and other distortions that happen, we have back pain or whatever it is for you. Again, this happens in the body in all different ways, every possible different way. And it can also really form in the body, or in the mind, excuse me, where, and I'm not talking about emotions here, because emotions are emitted from the body as a symptom to show you, to alert you, to say, hello, pay some attention here, to a thought. Now, when you have a resistance to a thought, or when you have consistent trapped, emotions or things that are hitting you, those are resistances of thought that can create all kinds of imbalances mentally. And that means you could have different reverberations of, I have no will to do this, or you could create basically addictions where you have an emptiness, this constant emptiness feeling, where you need to, quell that with something that makes you feel a little bit better. It's a kind of a coping mechanism when these things get hit. It might be depression or anxiety or panic attacks, or just that feeling of agitation. It could be anger or bitterness, any number of different emotions that show up that are pointing to you that there is a system of thought right now that is not in alignment with how source sees it, how soul sees it, in alignment with truth, or with your higher self with a capital S. And they're coming up for us to work with. They're coming up for us to clear, to feel through, and to allow to dissipate and move through. They actually come to pass through us. What's coming to pass? What's happening in your world? What's happening that's coming at you that is coming to pass? And is it passing, or is it stopping? Is it getting blocked on you? And that's really that resistance I'm talking about. And many times we're not really aware of the resistance. We have belief systems and identities and ways that we see the world, the lens we see the world through, the perspective, the paradigm that create these resistances. We have this need to be right. We need to protect our identity. We don't want to feel out of control of that. So there's lots to speak around this, but I just want you to I just wanted to kind of bring to your awareness that suffering is a choice. Resistance is a choice. Yes, we can blame the world around us. We can look outside of us and try to control it to create the peace, but really it's an inner game. And it's a game of awareness, and it's a game of undoing all of the resistance that we've created, knowingly or unknowingly, most of the time unknowingly, and in order to then see it from a new perspective, to have a willingness and a courage to see it from a new vantage point, to bring more awareness, more consciousness to it, will change your paradigm. It will change the way your whole body is operating, the way your mind is operating, and it will bring you into more of a coherence, more of an integrated, harmonious inner state, which is where healing is. That's really where all of the things that you really are looking for, the peace and the love and the joy and the fulfillment and that feeling of meaning and purpose in your life, all of those things come from harmony within. They come from reintegrating these parts of us that we have pushed against and resisted. And that's very much what we're here to do, is to heal these parts of us. And there's many ways that we can do it. I'll be talking more and more about this because it's really the journey that we're all on right now. It's not one you have to take. You can continue to resist it if you like, and you'll have that show up again in the body and the mind, of course, and in feeling disconnected in many ways with the spirit, but you can also choose to work with it. And that's really what's been taught for centuries, is we're coming into this time right now where these things are coming up to be seen and to be healed, to be felt and allowed to move out of us, and to learn the lessons so that we can bring our awareness up and again have a more joyful life. So that's everything that I'm all about. It's everything that I help people with. So if you're looking for any help along that journey, by all means, check the description box to find my information. But in the meantime, continue to definitely subscribe, and I will continue to give different tips around how to release these different energies, how to sit with your shit and actually allow this to move through you so that you can alchemize, learn how to become that alchemist, to turn those things into something better, something new, and actually work with the body, which is, you know, in its own process of metamorphosis right now into a higher frequency. It's pretty cool work, and it's here upon you, whether you're working with it or not. So as you learn more about it, stay tuned and learn how you can work with the energies yourself, and recognize as within, so without really is quite a gift if you are aware of it, and if you become more aware of it, and again, work with those energies for yourself to bring more peace and harmony and love into your life. So it's all the things we're looking for. So I hope I can help you along your journey. And in the meantime, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video.